been one of the things that I think has been important for our project has been that both Mary Liz and I guess I'm doing work on the building next door. Both Mary Liz and I are, master's degree level people. We're kind of book oriented, and so there were one of the big needs for a lot of what was going on was grants and the opportunity for grants, and so we were very happy to engage that process. Sometimes we work through a lot of material regarding grants and whatnot, and we get kind of in anguish over it, and we complain about it, and then one of our board members will say something like, "Oh, maybe we should hire a grant writer," and we're like looking at each other like, "What have we been doing?" It's like, and I realize that. I mean, it's said in the spirit of trying to take some of the burden off of us, but at the same time we're in a sense voluntarily putting our energy and our time, our sweat and toil into doing these things, kind of like without any serious payback. This is our labor of love, as they say, and it is. Think about going out and hiring a grant writer. It's kind of insulting, actually. It's like anyway. But I can understand where they're coming from.
Sure. So how much have you been able to raise and put towards the building?
Well, there are two streams of things that have happened. One is the work on the building, and we've definitely put, I think, $1.1 million into the building in terms of restoration work. We've also been doing some youth work on the side, and we've been blending together programs like the Summer Youth Employment Program, which is the city's program for employment for youth, and also there have been a number of other opportunities that we've taken advantage of. So I haven't been keeping track in the same way, but I would say it's conceivable that we have approached maybe $500,000 that we've raised in addition to that, that we've put into youth programs and other kinds of things. So we've done some theater projects where we've had we got a grant. It was really only $600 or $800 from the Puffin Foundation, and we had a volunteer who worked with a group of people here in the community to put on the play Malcolm X, and we also raised at least a couple of $1,000s beyond that in a very grassroots sense to help put that play on, and that. To me, when I look back and I think about it, it was a number of years ago, but it was such a wonderful experience of having so many community people come together and practice and learn the lines and the stories and then actually present that. Both we did it a number of times at the Empire State Plaza at the Egg, and it was, in some ways, it was a hair-raising event, because I remember being so anxious that we're going to at least break even. I was like, I didn't want this thing to wind up being a financial drag, and we did, and it was just, it was refreshing, looking back at it, it's so refreshing, and we've had a number of other, in connection with our conference, theater production type things, where we've raised some small money here and there for that. The conference itself has been a project, so we've done like something in the neighborhood of 20 conferences in the past 22 years, and we had volunteers who worked on creating scripts and plays and things and getting people involved, and that to me I think is a wonderful you may it might raise an eye in terms of the historical accuracy of the presentations, but I think it was a heck of a lot of fun for people, and it got them close to history. I think in a way that was meaningful for them for sure. So that's it. And then of course, with the summer youth employment program, getting connected grants. Like we've got, I think, a handful of different funders right now that have helped us to be able to pay. So the kids are getting paid through the city, and the focus group coordinators who run the program with the kids are getting paid through these grants that we have secured.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many kids do you have participating this summer?
Well, usually we have 40 up until COVID struck, and then I think we skipped one year, and then we had 20. We're doing 20 this year as well.
Okay. All right. And these are all community children, and what age group?
Right. So they're 14, 15, maybe 18 in some cases, and high school students, and they have to live in the city of Albany. By and large, the kids that we have connected are, kids in neighborhoods that have, what do you call it, high at risk concerns. So yeah.
Good.